really, the top, artists in their school. So now every day was my dream to meet him. So meeting him and the things we spoke about really gave me that motivation. And and also he's a very hardworking guy on that. He always wants to write lyrics, wants to rehearse, and that gave me that motivation. Say, well, if he's doing it like that and he's getting the name and the fame he's getting, why don't I copy that from him? So for my serious works, I would say it's terrible Chaka because he's the only one I met now. So that's why I had to give him a shout out in a song like that. And I've given him shout outs in most of my songs, because anytime I think about some particular type of song that will say motivation, I just want to mention his name in there. May he rest in peace, though. He's a real godfather to me. Money is the root of all evil. So where there is money, there are a whole lot of evilous people around. I would say this time, more because I read, be up only, but I always say it's a big thing. If you take your time, you get your peace and you just go wherever you want to go. But see there, like so like time be moon, like people even speak like they don't want you to move on. Like catch on Yama all because it's not because of money. So I'll just say in the olden days I saw everybody, like the artists that I'm said that the Lumba more Kodrentry more maybe to the level of a Bradford Lord King and more superstars. More fear like me show more TV so I not be here because if you say hey, like these are like real stars.
Sounds that are being
because I go like wow, how they weren't crowd due much in them, but I found out that system now woman like I'm more respected arts, and that's how come all those fame from that side has come down to this music. You are hearing like people bashing people, like so it's evilous right now. I call it Ghana music, we've created armed robbers among ourselves. We have the song but I see it to be something that if we can be able to take our time and build, everybody will be smiling. That is why I've taken it upon myself. Say, anytime I come to Kumasi, I feel like very relaxed because the treatment like you guys give me here is like you're not hearing things that they are saying in Accra.
Obia was say, when you come out with me, omebo mi audio, me jina baby. Akase, me na magic, manya magic. Omo fast audio.
That's it. But that's it. One don mami mami Musa was I think it's a president friend meeting be Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia incoming your friend is saying presidential candidate for NPP mami can yi na eja incoming president Emmanuel Papa Emma ubisa question now you were talking for the streets. Painting our customer street, instead say, and someone can cost industry, no one and come fast and Obeka, the actual vice president.
Some of them, I see people like they don't really, look deep into things. One thing my dad has always been telling me is that I'm a good listener. So because I'm
okay.
Exactly. So that it's a reply me replying accordingly. What am I saying? Yes, interaction with the vice president. Now, later, me to say, go forward, and same like I was like, and see, mono, I don't say, oh sorry, I know better now. And go for no one answer no better now. Bro, like if we can look deep into our lives, maybe you like this. If a time I will pay you my way, who free Kofi free will be. And I have friend boss me. And I saw if I'll see you, bro. And someone between me drew. So it means people help you to come here. And see if I go there and there are a whole lot of problems, you guys are not tackling. Because me can royalty asem. My car royalty asem so I see me more there. And to my guys are in similar to work. Maybe in industry I just fought for change of price for industry.
Okay.
People fought me for that. So that one is also aside. When I came into the industry, I was talking about how they should, relate to like arts or industry. They saw that as a disrespect. Now I see that in conform more supporting me. Up to now, I'm Shatta Wale. I have fans,
Okay.
And some they can't street. Sometimes if I can't street, I'm gonna say boys now bring that street to super. But me have doctors, lawyers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Almost street, almost my bread.
Okay.
How much doctors?
It's in the street, you know, my members are ton ice water there.
And
I saw for you now. Hey, street. Now, Reverend Professor is street.
Yeah.
My street boy.
Sure, for what?
Sure.
If you listen to Above Force preachings, you see that first, no, he was, into this miracle.
But the name.
But see, I can't reality.
Yeah.
Why? Because he's from where I am from, or where like he's from. And we are here today to just let people understand that if we get any opportunity, what can we do for our brothers who has brought us here? Because like you started here, Kokoma phobia only. I'm gonna start almost spreading the video Accra. Some Accra baby over there Kakaya Juma. Some boys no almost spread yes. Massa, but madam for Neo, even the massa no billionaire. Maybe call in coffee penny for no motion like it. So that between say, hey,
let me assure you.
I feel Ghana has been able to build that into our culture. It's one thing that is worrying us. And he said, Bakun Koswa, now you're forming gang be around it. Now, I then I said, now we are the non-person, now we like they tell us in our heads. And in for like world, among yes, Obia respecting the position. And now even our black stars are not even playing well. Because if you make out one player so watching way. Yeah. I don't know what I mean.
Also pass.
And suddenly a queen.
If na park na so kro nya ball no be pass the day. Also no kwa to push go.
Na again kaso a champion. But some they like it can. If Kuma would can sit down and say no, Charlie, the nyame yen support it. Yen fan in skits because what like he's doing is the new world order. In the few years to come, people wouldn't be watching TV anymore. Phones are even going to be, other gadgets that we'll be using.
Yeah.
So why don't we follow the sequence? The reason why I'm really throw away bad. I was telling Sammy a while ago, say when Ghana somebody will discover something, like people see like yeah,
I think so. Recently, some of your brothers are saying that I was like, wow, this nigga is real.
No, because you see, we fail to see success when it comes. And but we fail to see it, so it goes to certain people. Now for your time. What must I say? The boys are sorry. Every Christmas, almost celebrity to Christmas, and in every November, now October, November, December, you hear knockout. Oh, bah, wait. Since I come for so knockout, maybe I say boy, maybe a pile bini, maybe uncle to make proud, and to see China fire, 12 guys, pa, and I keep an end in the only thing our leaders are supposed to do is that, oh, Ngwala Mambra, maybe a mobile game, this is a pack for you to go and play your games. Oh, this is a place for you. No more setting the beat up. And no credible to men government nine years ago. Because if you are many liking it, Vakumaze, they say, if you are able to cry, you'll be able to make. But if you see it and just condemn it, God is trying to find a way to get employment into our land so that everybody can eat. But if you see things like this and you want to condemn it, that is what makes the system difficult. Boys go for now. This is my name. Roberts. Now I can say, now then, they be all starting to sell almost for me. One guy, like me, I always blame my dad that hey, listen my music only make cool But today, as I'm doing the music, I've seen the results. And because time I'm me and Uncle focus, oh she we, they be on there. I'm Robert. More channel, hey,
who job banana
bro. Me that want to about 10 years. I mean, me baby, I'm
because of what you saw about you.
10 years.
10 years.
Abonting.
And when I start something, then somebody will say, okay, what time we enter? Okay, yes, you're better to say. Then people start talking about me, and then when I talk, and it shouldn't go like that. I'm tired. Like me, my bread. system no the way I'm treating and celebrities no.
But me sure support no crowd the Labiano be kwa kujine mama.
Unim
Labiano.
Me TikTok police no. Me follow their role.
Labiano.
TikTok police.
Ba kuma se be hwehwe me. Me ne bon komo pa. Si o be no frame no so ba me nche ne say ne ba no say ochiano pa.
No, he's a great fan.
TikTok police.
Yeah, my TikTok police. I love him so much. So in confusana, yama shiom like omo finding out problems no. Any baby free. Into omo kasa says yeah. They are talking like they don't respect. But Labiano is a very respectable person. But we only say, then I did mo kaka kwano wasem. The old piano mo kan wasem. But kwano become back compare. Now we must see defamation of character.
Mo court.
Yes, mo court. Nyama omo yeme no. Mami focus to mo. Shatta ya nya abotre mo mo am say Charlie ya abotre be mbini. Because me nya hwe. But nyama no mo yene ma come back some way then. I tell them what I want to tell them.
Just like what they are doing to my brother right here. They say Martis here say on throne when they come out on the buy. I don't want to cast on the buy.
Me baby and cancer some da. We need time. Sammy quit baby say. Na near man po ye wa on near man. Ah was shen. When you swap for free. Tell me so won so me muna on swami. Nipa ba akuti bi so anema. Say nipa bebre we be so ha. Na we aso ha. Na we aso ha.
Intia de.
Ni aso. Me nyina baby nso nkoka baby. Ena woni pakro wonte ma no ene kasa. What you say? We kwetira baby.
Enti na mrebu pa ba na wo kasa just like said Nancy Shatta so aka say nwom to ro propesu ijai.
Ena me che say is it no just say what dear met me the PK na me gina traffic
na wo ton
na me ton
ko wa yebida
na ma organize PK for boys na na gina ni atiku and also baba obaka ma baji street as well odo ne hia say one don kan odo eni hia ye ntirima no ne enwini wo mu na mo ban
o gidi se die na ya na ma ede sansem no ede ba
die menim ni se e kan brabo ho abrabo tora bi a obeyale ho beto ho bedodo tora bi a wa utimi sore wa no na wo feel happy one o mokoton ne ma ye kan say ye koton ne Joseph ani no ani mi amu na koton ye ton Joseph na nko akoni akoku no wakobre okosom okodru ha ye so wasa akofa ohene yire ni asa kwa ye din asema sa to no so asa de ne ko prison hwede ebade ye okoduru ho wie ya wakohyem kom se prison ho no kwa na yi na pie eti obu ho a wo ka no ho asema a wo tan no no
eno no kra na sa beja no
ebade se yi na ye de epie sure so afi obe prime minister
e dey na ma wo say from bandana to Shatta Wale.
Well, you know, I say Usidai, you know, so you start from foundation, and you know, even before you start with the foundation, you need to have a plan, you know. So the plan was, you know, from the foundation, how would the house look like, how would the structure look like. So Wale knew was an abbreviated word. You know, not many first girl, it's, you know, we're just abbreviating, you know, something that will, you know, be attached to my name and will be worldwide. And that was World Alerted Lyrical Entertainer. You know, and see, the World Alerted Lyrical Entertainer, I was like, okay, so maybe I'm a popular kakana, so to me, business no cost here. You know, if I want to rebrand my name, you know, I need to still use the Wale. So that was why I use Wale no minimum. So for me to rebrand, I had to just look for a name that would be attached to Wale, that would be, you know, stronger in the market, you know, and that's why the name Shatta came up, you know. And Shatta is, you know, my definition is, you know, a serious person, you know. So I just decided to add the Shatta Wale to it, and it didn't be a me grabbing mobile.
I think the one thing about you is the other ones have to be like a yekese. Changing from bandana to Shatta Wale, there be a makasi you go form ko aba, but okoba you know ye hono be bring now okoba on shed and telling Kessben. Now finish juma no kra na afuno. Osamba and the end ma of vim. They said no, mako asan baba. This time around here, my menye na menye ne bigger than before.
Yes. Well,
because
I say, you know, everything you do first, I believe that someone find me and take you first. So you see, I'm a very spiritual person when I'm talking to God, and you know, I talk to God in my own way that I feel He can hear my voice. You know, so me praying to God and telling Him to guide me through this, you know, second phase. You know, it was a prayer I made. You know, one time, my brother, like I ever sat too much, so I found a place. You know, I called that place a holy place. I'm go Kotoya Bompire. I catch him. I say, my Bible is Sammy, you know, but on mommy, you know, chance. Maybe a time, Mammy a bandana, maybe a million more, maybe a Christians, and I be my offend you. So you should just try and forgive me and give me this last chance, because I really want to make him proud. Because talent's not the Hashem money. I can't just, you know, let it go like that, and I don't want to disappoint him, God himself. So after the prayers, I think that was when everything started changing. Yeah, and I feel bold to tell people, say, my call I'm so my enemy I'm be pray, but
wow,
you know, I'm wow, because all the results I was looking for didn't come back. That prayer alone changed everything in my life. You know, that is why I made a promise to God, and it's a covenant, you know, between me and him that maybe I could be whether president, whether wine, I'll just make sure I mention his name there for him to know that I still recognize whatever he's doing for me. Michelle Beyonce say, me catch him and say, God told me I was going to be here, and God said I should tell you are blessed, you know, because I feel good, you know, telling people about God, because that is the only thing I can give God. I mean to me, man, I mean to me, man, fear, but for me to praise him every time, I believe is what is keeping me up to today. So, at least anymore will be to me say prove them wrong. I have fans that when they are singing and they are crying. I say yes. Make up reality stories about what I am going through, and what I'm going through, you are going through. Again to me more maybe a demo maybe say ebia on the obiaka. I don't need problem there. Give me your petty problems. But then I can say ufo mu share now. What you say? What you say? What must say? You know, so I believe we all have problems. So I sing it to relate to our everyday life, and I think that is what has helped me to now. On my mention side, I got beef songs. I wrote to be me not beef me but Shatta, because in Conforno what ideology of how Shatta delivers a song. So when it comes to a problem that I narrate it in a song too, people like grab it quickly. Because I'm not saying I tell people that in Conforno TM but it's true. Niama be no mudi TM. Ebi obi abrabo nye but my car will say one day we go make up, and I'm not making after 5 years. And it's a gospel man. Sorry about if you bet me about any other gospel artist, you but on the auto one you spiritually you know you won't get it. So basically awards, yes, they are fine, they are good, but I believe we need to position how award schemes should be. Wow. So we can get it to the right for people. Started, you know, crashing luxury's head, you know, to my yeah, you know, and I was like I didn't know yes, so he started writing some things online. I didn't want to pay attention, but I woke up one day, make album, meaning like international collaborations, like big one, you know, that I wanted to release.
I think GOG.
Because he was working with me by that time, offering me channel, he felt he had something that he would use to disgrace me. So he brought that thing out. And at that time that he brought Sidon out, I had a deal with a record company that wanted to give me $4 million.
Wow.
So I got very pissed.
And I'm starting my Sikane ball,
Sikane ball me. So because in Conforno, yeah, documentations in the BA they wanted to do a rollout for me. So Sidon see and I'm afraid because but when I release the track list, I say, oh, the former manager, and so boss now more company and say the way they're not going, they're to me and further, you know, transaction anymore. But and it was like 3 days for them to send me that money. So so I started writing things I don't know what I about my
oh, okay.
What's my say? I don't even want to call President Mohammed's name because he's been so good to me when I started from him. in terms of business, in terms of my innovations. Near man person like Ibrahim Mama is for studio equipment that. What must I say? So
wow,
this is like I see them like
a family.
Apart from families, if I see them like leaders who think about us the street. What must I say? So me relationship, it's not about even politics. It's about in conform who say, okay, boy, we're age or bomb on street, so my supporting us, say so we can the best supporting it. So that is like a whole, sacred make it to like I say union of people for me and minimum dear go. So when he told me, I was like, okay, cool, because me know I call my mama more. And as I said, I want to make a chance call. I want to let them know things that you've been saying outside there.
Oh, okay.
Make sure Sanya Mano and certain few things that we spoke about. He took the matter to court. Say, me come about Fenny Kwasem and oh, Fenny Kasam, you're told so. Dada, what must I say? And I made it told so. Police is even investigating right now. What must I say? He took the thing to court and they call court to the judge and they say, we should go back home because Budo Shatta is like your junior brother. And this was from the judge. He said, go back home. Because we are a waste of time, mobile, like, so we went to discuss.
Okay.
And we had an agreement. The agreement was that you said you hired lawyers, but you wanted me to pay for the cost of lawyers' work.
Okay.
And my godfather, Leslie, my papa knew our America. I'm sure papa, like he is my dad. So he said, oh, okay, boo, then I'll take care of the cost for you. Also pay 200,000 Ghanas. Infantile lawyers. I said, yeah. In a coffin, and a man is over 100,000.